going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
This morning, New York's governor seeking a state investigation into a local district attorney's conduct after this traffic stop.
Get out of my
Sandra Doorley is under fire after police body cam footage shows her tense interaction with a police officer after refusing to pull over.
Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a legal traffic stop.
A district attorney from the state of New York, her name is Sandra Doorley, is under fire for, well, you just saw a little bit of it, showing her unbelievable level of entitlement during an interaction with a police officer last Monday. So the Monroe County officer named Cameron Crisafulli basically turned on his sirens and tried to pull her over because she was speeding. She was going 55 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone, something I'd never do, okay? That's not a joke, don't speed, you're putting people's lives in danger. But she refused to stop, which by the way, oftentimes puts other people's lives in danger, especially when they're being pulled over by a cop. And instead, she drove all the way home and then had this confrontation with the police officer in her garage. Now, he followed her and he tried to apprehend her once she arrived at her home. On Friday afternoon, the Webster Police Department released body cam video from the incident, and it shows a pretty tense exchange with Doorley refusing to follow the officer's, honestly, impressively calm and straightforward commands. And she starts cursing at him while wandering in and out of her home. So let's start at the very beginning. Here's the moment when the officer confronts Doorley at her home, and she basically calls the chief of police.
Sorry, I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
Okay.
So you can call Dennis.
Can you please come over here? This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay, I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free, absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Crisafulli. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous. Just go away.
Hello, sir.
That was amazing. Now, Waz, you have strong feelings about speed traps in New York. So I actually don't know where you're gonna fall on this issue.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
So we can get into the speed trap thing another time, but I'm in a neighborhood called Prospect Lefferts Garden in Brooklyn. Every other block is a speed trap. And we're talking about if you go 11 miles over, they're ticketing your ass, which essentially you're just extorting people for the right to drive. That's just how I see it. There's no proof that the roads are safer from this. It's literally just a free way to extort the citizens, your regular everyday people, simply for driving on these roads, whatever. That's another hill I'll die on another day. This guy, it's funny because cops never, ever have interactions with people who are higher on the food chain in terms of authority, right? And normally they're pulling over a regular citizen and they're dictating terms to them. The fact that this guy is talking to somebody who is way higher than him on the food chain in his job, right? The DA and the police work together, and she's obviously a way higher status person. I thought the way he comported himself, stood up for himself, was incredible. This lady's level of entitlement is, I've never seen anything like this. And this is why I find it even more egregious. I can share a little anecdote with the viewers. One of my friends that I've known for a very long time, he used to work in the Department of Corrections, which is essentially part of the police department, right? One day we're driving home from a party. This man is weaving through traffic. I'm talking about Paul Walker level Fast and the Furious insanity. I was scared, okay, as we're driving home. Sure enough, we get pulled over by a cop. Calmly, very calmly, license, registration. I don't know what happened, but the lady, I'll never forget this younger black lady cop. She said, "Where do you work at?" And he proceeds to explain her the freaking cell block in Rikers Island. He rattles off the cell block number, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, "Why didn't you just say that?" Hands him his stuff and leaves, okay?
Wow.
So I know for a fact that if this woman would have just stopped her car, told this dude, again, she's the DA. "Yo, my bad, I'm gonna slow down. It's over." But she just wanted to be a complete and utter jerk in this situation. And I think she does deserve to be reprimanded for this.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And I do also want to give the police officer a lot of credit because he did stay calm. He did stand up for himself. He didn't know she was the DA. It seems like he was totally unfamiliar with who she was. And I think he handled everything really well. I don't know how things would have played out if she had just pulled over and talked to him like a normal human being. But it was very clear to me that she had a bad day and she wanted to like take it out on other people. And in fact, she's going to make that clear in just a minute. But I want to go to the next clip because she repeatedly ignores his request to stay outside with him and instead goes in and out of her house. Let's watch.
Ma'am, can you please stay at the back? This is a legal traffic stop. Can you please stay over here?
No. Hey, baby, get your little guy out of here.
Sir, I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
On Phillips Road.
And she failed to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her garage. And now she's not complying with any of my commands. Ma'am, do not go inside.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right. Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you.
953. Can you have a supervisor come to the scene?
No. Get out of my house. Here.
And look, despite how difficult she's being, the cop stays calm, asks her why she's being so hostile. She then tells him over and over again, "I'm the DA, I'm the DA." Let's watch the next clip.
Why you're acting like this towards me?
Because
can you please go to the back of the vehicle?
I'm not going to. I'm home. I was okay, 55.
I don't care if you got home. You were supposed to stop at Phillips Road when I pulled you over. When my lights were initiated.
I didn't know you were stopping me. There was lots of other people on the road.
I was right behind you.
Yeah, there were other people on the road too.
Okay, I was directly behind you.
I'm not dealing with you right now.
Can you please step over here?
I'm not going to.
What is the reason you're so against what I'm doing? I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you my badge. I am the DA of Monroe County.
I just don't understand the hostility towards me. I'm doing my job.
No, you're being...
How am I being an...
I am the DA of Monroe County.
I am the DA. I am the DA, the DA. I mean, she also said during the interaction that she's like, you should I thought you'd run my plates.
Of spitting your credentials at this guy. You got it wrong, sir. It's not just that I'm a DA, I'm the DA. Just incredible stuff. And again, if you're a citizen watching this video and all you're ever told is that you're supposed to obey the law, respect the authority of the police, this is how you're supposed to be comporting yourself, and one of the highest officers of the law, this DA, is completely flouting that idea just flagrantly. This is just a horrible example to be setting.
Yeah, and during the interaction, she basically told him, I thought you'd run my plates and realize I'm the DA. As if she is entitled to break, the traffic laws and speed without any type of consequence. And she also said that since she was the DA, she would just throw out the ticket and not prosecute herself. She's like, I'm the one who prosecutes these cases anyway. Like, I'm gonna let myself off, so you're wasting your time. That was basically the message that she was trying to send. And then at the end of this 26-minute long video, Doorley calms down a little bit and finally accepts the traffic ticket. She could have been arrested because of the fact that she failed to stop as the police officer was trying to pull her over, but she was not. And she did end up pleading guilty to the speeding ticket and ended up paying the fine. Now, after the footage was released, she rightfully, in my opinion, got a wave of backlash over her smugness and her entitlement. And then all 9 members of the Rochester City Council jointly wrote a letter to New York State Attorney General Letitia James, urging an inquiry into her actions. And now the governor, Kathy Hochul, is getting involved. She's also seeking a state investigation. And I mean, okay, I get that it's a formality. Like, I get that they need to do a formal investigation, but like, we all saw what happened. It's pretty clear. And today, Doorley released a video apologizing, but also making some excuses for her behavior. So let's take a look at that.
Last Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry. What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions. I fell short of the values I've held for my entire 33-year career. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved. All police officers deserve respect. I am truly and sincerely sorry. I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I watched a video where an innocent cab driver was executed. And I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon. But we all had bad days and stress, and it was wrong for me to take it out on an officer who was simply doing his job. I've been humbled by my own stupidity, and I am fully to blame.
All right, I mean, she called herself stupid, so there's that. I mean, I appreciate it. And she was like, she did behave stupidly. Look, I totally get when you have a bad day, sometimes you take it out on the wrong people, but I also want her to think about how she would prosecute someone else who fled a police officer who tried to pull them over for speeding, right? There would be some serious consequences for that individual, but she felt entitled to engage in that behavior and was under the assumption that there would be no consequences. It wasn't until the video was released and everyone got to see how she behaved that she was like, oh, I better release an apology for how I acted, you know? So look, it's not the end of the world. I don't want people to like destroy her life, but her behavior was unacceptable, especially as someone who's supposed to carry out justice in New York. I mean, clearly she firmly believes in a 2-tier justice system where she's entitled to impunity while others are not.
Yeah, she's absolutely eroded the trust and credibility of her office. And like I said, I think there should be some level of reprimand. I'm not of the mind that she should get fired or anything like that, but and I've said this all the time, I think there is something to public humiliation, ridicule, and embarrassment. I think that's a nice punishment. Like, this video went mega viral. And this is something she's gonna have to wear for a pretty decent time here. I would just say, man, I don't know how you live in that town where she lives and see, what she did and think like, oh, next time the cops pull me over, you're like, yeah, I have to stop for the cops. Clearly, I don't, and I really do wonder, man, if this woman was shown this cop doing this to somebody else who he was trying to pull over and be like, what? You let them get out the car and go inside their house? And like, you would say this was a dereliction of duty on the part of the cop for not going completely psychopath and billy clubbing the person to death. Like, we can imagine a scenario where the cop was somebody else, perhaps of a different gender or race or whatever, did this exact same thing and the outcome being completely different.
Yeah, I agree with you. And obviously we've seen instances of police losing their cool when someone isn't like immediately following their orders. I hope that this police officer handles all situations as calmly as he did. I think he handled it perfectly. I'm glad he didn't take out a baton and start beating her or doing something crazy like that. consequences will be served. So handling it the way that he did, I think was the best way to do it. You don't need to get physical or violent. And you're right. I think the public humiliation of all of this is part of the punishment for her behavior.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.